that's some things that we're afraid of, and many of us will like to maintain things that were the way they have been so far. But we know it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
So
as soon as everything drops down, you're gonna have them all in here.
the good
I'm
thing.
trying to come here anyway.
No, yeah, I know. The good thing is that by law we restrict many things by the Constitution actually. So we restrict many things that will help to maintain and preserve the culture and the country the way it is. We need infrastructure. We need a better economy, but we don't need to transculturate our country.
One of the things we get asked, I'm sure all of us have been asked, is we know about the cigars, we know about the rum, but about these cars. I mean, I've had 3 different people ask me to bring a car back. Is there concern that, you know, at some point there's going to be a ship full of cars?
You can take it back. You can take it back to the States, but this is
a model.
According to the Cuban restrictions, that's one of those. You're gonna take the cars out of the country.
Right.
Not the vintage, any of the cars.
Good.
Even for people that works here, let's say Italians or Spanish people that have been working in the different companies, the joint ventures, they can bring their cars, but once those cars are here in the country, they cannot take them back.
Huh.
They can sell it to the government or they can sell it to someone else, but they cannot take it back.
Are the cars privately owned that are here, or
Yes.
some owned by the state?
No, always cars and houses have been always owned by
people?
Private, just regular people.
Oh.
The only restrictions were in order to sell or buy cars and houses since 1961 after the agronomy reform. Cubans were not supposed to sell the property.
Could you pass it along your family?
Exactly. It was supposed to be passed on family, inherited. So we were inheriting our properties, our cars. But since the last 6 years, that restrictions were just taken down, and now we can sell or buy more properties and more cars. But at the same time, there's still one restriction that was created in 1960. Cuban people, regular people, can only be the owners of one property. So you can have a house and you can have a car, just that. You cannot buy the entire building. And in difference to the United States, we consider a building that have different apartments. For us, it's different properties. Each one of those apartments will be one property. So when you see a building, you won't see one owner. You will see many different owners for that building. That's the reason the facades, most part of the time, are not painted. People take care of the interior of the building. They don't really care about what it looks outside. So you'll see most of the building and you'll probably think, wow, they're needing to be painted. The government doesn't take care of it. Well, it's not government's property. It's the people the ones supposed to paint the buildings, but they don't do it. For several reasons. Sometimes because they just don't care. Some other times because they won't have the economy. And that will be the difference. That's the food, by the way.
Wow. That's the zoo. Rhino, where is he?
I do have a question about tourism and the Americans coming. You know, you've always been open to tourism regarding Europe, Canada, and the rest of the world. So, and I know we have quite many people in the United States, but wouldn't that be better for the government just to put a restriction on how many people can come in at one time to maintain your culture the way it is? And your history and your...
But you mean to restrict Americans coming here?
The number of people.
The number of Americans?
Because you allow now any European to come in at once. Anybody in the rest of the world that chooses to come here. Is that not correct?
Well, the reality is that so far, even with all this new conversation and John Kerry coming today to bring Fidel Castro's gift, sorry for saying that like that, but they have 30 days in August to come here, then Kerry decided to come on Fidel Castro's birthday. So for us, it's coming with a gift for him. So even with
Fidel.
yeah, it was because of that.
Fidel Castro's birthday is today or tomorrow?
No, today.
Oh, okay.
And Kerry's coming today.
Right.
The opening for the embassy is going to be tomorrow, but he's coming today.
Wow.
So even with all this happening, the reality is that we're not sure what's going to happen. And after 50 years of non-relationship, I mean, you have here an intersection using the Swedish embassy, and we have as well one in the States. But there are no laws, there's anything that have been written during these 50 years about immigration, about visas or travelers to come to the country and travelers to go to your country. So we have no idea what's going to happen. I think that would be the best idea. Having a restriction about number of tourists from America that we're going to receive.
You know, at one time, you know, instead of everybody coming all at one time, just kind of put limits.
Well, I know that the very few years, the first ones, we're going to have 1 million people wanting to come here.